What's up, guys? Welcome to another day of the GSL Code S. I'm Tasteless. Joined with me is herO's. How you doing, buddy?
Well, quite fantastically tasteless. It would be hard for me to have a better day than today.
Our boy, Major, also known as SpeCIal, is in the group, Artie.
He is.
The last foreign hope.
Yeah, and it's going to be exciting as hell because he is so good. He is so on top of his game right now. Of course, here is the players already advanced to round of 16. We'll be finishing that up tonight.
We've got not just Major, but many other great players, one of which is herO, the most deceptive player. I think the Protoss out there, and oh my god, look at this handsome gentleman here, herO's.
Yes, indeed. SpeCIal, a.k.a. Major, a.k.a. Ghosty Terran, a.k.a. 1,000 other things. Most of them pretty bad. This guy, he has more IDs than anybody, and definitely one of the stronger foreigners out there. It's going to be really fun. Of course, Armani and Byun in there as well. Defending world champion, and of course Armani is Zerg I've actually been a fan of for quite some time. Really
he's a great
smart
player,
Zerg, but
I think he's a little bit overshadowed.
Oh,
I think he could get Major a challenge as well if they encounter each other, but I'm rooting for Major. And by the way, guys, we know his ID is SpeCIal, but we've known him as Major for the majority of his StarCraft 2 career, and this is gonna... He
switches his ID actually so much. It was the most annoying thing in StarCraft 1 because you could just make new IDs in like a second, and it cost nothing, and your stats and your account didn't mean anything. So every third day, he'd be like, hey, herO's, this is Ghosty Terran, and like, add this ID
also
now, and I'm like, oh my god. But anyways, he is a truly strong player, a really brilliant player, and he's actually got more experience than most pros, and this is something people might not realize. He was an up-and-coming Terran in StarCraft 1 as a little kid, and became one of the top foreigners by the end of it. In the last couple of years, he was certainly right up there, and came right over to StarCraft 2. He's been strong basically the entire way through, man. Like, I'm excited for this because I think he does have a serious shot at getting out of this group.
I think you're right, and I think he's a player that's definitely got the right mentality going into a serious match.
Yeah.
I don't think he gets nervous. I don't think he feels much of anything. He just does what he's practiced.
Yeah, I think you're pretty much spot on that. But the guys he's against are pretty magnificent. I originally was, when I first saw the GSL Code S groups, I was like, you know what? I think SpeCIal will be able to take out herO. Because herO, throughout Legacy of the Void, he'd be like top world Protoss for like a month and then fall off for a little while, and he's been through like a sine curve or something through Legacy of the Void. But
sine curve?
Yeah, he hasn't fallen really at all. He's absolutely still one of the best Protosses. I thought he'd fall down by now, but he's like varying his play a lot. He's looking fantastic. So it's a tough one, but Major has rock solid TVP. Really knows what he's doing in this matchup.
And the thing about Major, or as we see here as SpeCIal, I think he's kind of the polar opposite of herO in a lot of ways. The way that he approaches the game.
Yeah.
I don't feel like he's got an ace up his sleeve. He's just bigger, faster, stronger.
Yeah, SpeCIal was a macro Terran in StarCraft 1, and that really means a lot, and I can tell you a lot about why I liked him. You know, this guy really knows how to play a strong, standard style of game. He's very fast, very good at micro and macro, and he knows his timing. So,
and you know, I feel like that reflects a Brood War Terran mentality. Is you just have to have everything ironed out, and have that perfect play. And he's carried that over.
And he just got the round of 4. It looks like he's having some sound problems, so hopefully we'll get right through that. But in WCS Austin, he did get to the round of 4, where he narrowly lost.
He played really well.
Yeah, I thought for sure in Game 5, actually, that he was going to take it. Neeb's hold was miraculous at his third base, but like, Major really knowing how to play. Like, this guy, if he wins there, maybe he even beats herO in the finals and is already qualified for BlizzCon. Instead, here he is, one of the only 2 foreigners qualified this season.
So he is the last foreign hope. By the way, the map for Game 1 is Abyssal Reef. I think this is a map where herO could do something a little bit tricky. I think this is definitely a map that herO might prefer to start things out on.
Yeah, he might want to be very aggressive here to start. We'll see about that, but SpeCIal, he knows how to play it, man. He knows how to defend.
All right, guys, Game 1 is ready. Let's do this. herO versus Major in the GSL Code S.
Thrill me, you can never kill me. Chew me, sue me, everybody do me. Keep me straight.
In the upper left. In the blue, he is.
Root Gaming, herO.
In the bottom right, in the red, he is.
SpeCIal.
It's the face of a killer.
So, herO right now, I do believe he... Okay, no, everything is pretty normal. Nothing too crazy. Guys, get out there, spread the word. A foreigner playing in GSL Code S, a very rare thing indeed. See no regret there. Anxiously watching the match of his friend.
Anxiously indeed.
Not at all checking social media or Reddit there.
So we have the first scout coming out here now. Probe headed down to the bottom right. Look, man, this is really cool that we got Major here because we've actually known this guy for a really long time.
Yeah.
How long have we actually known Major for? Like,
okay, so we
in person, I think we've known him for 9 years.
Something around
8
that,
years.
Yeah. 9-ish. We met him in China for WCG, StarCraft 1. But I've known him for quite some time. He was like definitely like foreign Terrans in StarCraft 1. He was one of the ones that I felt like was up and coming. Was going to be a really good one. So kind of became good friends with him right off the bat, and you know, have known him, played with him a lot in that game. Not as much, obviously, in StarCraft 2 as I became a weak little commentator nerd. But
became one of these caster plebs.
Yeah, but you know, he's a really strong player, and he always has been. And I'm really happy for him to see him kind of reaching these high levels. Like he did very well, for instance, at WCS Montreal last year. But to see him top 4, which was almost a finals against Neeb there, you know, just barely losing against Neeb. And then being in Code S right afterwards, it's like really great play out of him.
He's in really great form. We saw the ICV poking, and he wants to see it's coming out of the gateway there, and he's now headed southbound here. The Adept does come out. The command center for Major about to finish up. And it looks like he will not end up hunting down that SCV and taking it out. And the Reaper is now headed towards the Protoss main to do some poking and some scouting.
All right, so we'll see what he gets done with that Reaper. You know, talking about SpeCIal's TVP, he's very good at multitasking and setting you up to be looking in the wrong place, to be splitting your units wrong and things like that. His favorite player is TY, and he really tries to emulate him and play like him a lot of the time. This game we haven't seen the specific opening of, like, sometimes he'll go Engineering Bay at your, you know, blocking minerals at your natural, and a Hellion and a Reaper, and just try to out-multitask you early on. And we saw that a lot at Austin. Not going for something like that here, but look at that. Oh my god, did he just cancel a Stargate into a Twilight and Robo?
Yep. Yeah, that's exactly right. He's mixing up. And this is like quintessential herO here. Now, he's trying to basically set he's trying to set Major on a build order like algorithm that he's following based off what he's scouting.
Yes.
To turn him into the wrong direction. He then cancels that tech and switches it up. And there's definitely going to be some kind of timing coming up here. You don't normally just like take more bases with this. Instead, he's making a bunch of gateways.
Yeah, this is a deadly move coming out of here.
Down and dirty.
Now, one thing that's kind of lucky here for Major is he's added 2 Raxes. A lot of the time, he will go into a 3rd command center right away against Stargate type play. We saw that a lot from him in Austin as well. So the fact that he's adding those additional Raxes, not spending a ton of money on a command center right now, might be able to end up holding, but herO is the king of builds like this.
You know, it's funny because Major with a background as a Brood War Terran, one of the very best, or at least very up and coming, but I'd say at the very end, right before he switched into StarCraft 2, one of the very best non-Korean Terrans. This is kind of how you beat a Brood War Terran. Or just, at least it's one of the ways. There's more than one way to skin a cat, but this is definitely a way to try to play around whatever the Terran player wants to do, and I think it's really smart. I don't necessarily know if herO's doing this because it's Major or because it's just a Terran, and this is a pretty tricky opener.
It is definitely a very tricky opener if they think that you're doing one thing and then suddenly, you know, you're coming in with 7-8 gated depths with glaives when they were kind of expecting an Oracle. That's going to be a hard spot.
Okay, it looks like the Viking might might be able to tip Major off. He's coming in now.
Okay.
The depot wall's not up. He's going to come behind here. More Marines coming down. He's got the Viking and the Marines in a decent position. He needs to get a better arc, though, around those adepts, and he's probably going to have to pull his SCVs.
Okay, that was a good lift on those depots at the top of the ramp, and landing this Viking as well so it can tank some of these hits. But it looks like a bunch of adepts being warped in the main base as well. Major's sitting here on mostly Marines.
Yeah, he's handled the attack in his front just fine, but already 8 SCVs have been picked off as these adepts are wreaking havoc over here in the main. Stim is almost done, which is going to give those Marines a lot more muscle to actually pick a fight with these adepts. He definitely wants to try to get rid of this warp prism if he can, but I don't even know if with just the way the structures are set up here, if he can actually get over there and do that much damage.
Yeah, this is really tough right now. There are a couple Widow Mines there, but it looks like he wants to shade on top of the army.
Denied Stim!
Oh,
denied Stim. That
God.
was so sick. Wow. GG. Really well done by herO. By the way, the fact that he, like, the second it kills the, or denies the Stim, I should just say.
Yeah.
He just immediately is on top of those Marines. herO, he'll cut through you like a knife on hot butter, man.
Yeah. Or a hot knife through butter, for that matter.
Is that what did I say? A hot butter? I mean, it works both ways.
A knife on hot butter?
A knife can still cut through butter either way, but if
butter's
the butter's
really
hot, or if the knife's hot, it's going to cut through it.
You don't have to add much above room temperature to get butter to actually be a liquid, so I don't know if that really... It's like
Warm
like
butter.
a knife through the ocean. It's like, okay, yeah, I mean, you could drop a knife into the ocean, it'll go to the bottom, in fact, so I guess that's pretty sick.
And if that metaphor means herO beats it really fast, there you go.
Yeah.
Game number 2 is going to be on Daybreak. I hope that Major can do a better job this time around. I don't think he should be too deterred by that. But look, that's herO for you. That's how he wins a lot of his games, is he just plays around whatever his opponent wanted to do and wrecks him.
Well, he gave him one set of information and then nailed him with another build that he wasn't really expecting at the moment. So Major definitely unprepared for that one. Hopefully be different here on Daybreak.
All right, this is game 2, guys. Let's go.
You can never break me, will me, thrill me. You can never kill me, to me, sue me. Everybody do me, kick me, strike me.
In the upper right, in the blue, winning game number 1.
Root Gaming, herO.
In the bottom left, in the red, he is
SpeCIal.
That's that one moment where he can touch his nose.
That he is, Tasteless.
No turning back from here. No nose touching until we have a winner or game 3.
Yep.
Those are the stakes we're playing at hertosis.
Oh my. They're not even be able to itch your nose.
Yeah.
I'd use my shoulder and still be looking at the screen.
Use your shoulder to itch your nose?
Like this. See that?
Well, you can actually do it.
Yeah, you could too. Do it.
Well, that's not. Yeah, that's more like my arm, I guess.
No, you can get your shoulder.
Guys, you won't believe this. Hertosis just licked his elbow. I've never seen anybody do this in my whole life. That was crazy.
Touch my tongue to my nose too.
Yeah.
Wrap my tongue around my head because I'm a reptilian.
Yeah. Oh, we're for sure. Or at least you're a reptilian. I'm not sure if I qualify as reptilian.
No. You don't blink sideways. So
that's right.
I
don't have a forked tongue either. Yeah. Probe coming in here doing a little bit of harass. herO with a very early scout. A lot of times when you do a rush like we saw in game number 1, it's very strong in a best of 3 because you didn't show much of how your current play style is at all. And it can be demoralizing. I don't think that's necessarily going to demoralize Major just because of the kind of guy he is.
Yeah.
But it's a very good setup here to go into game 2 after an opener like that for herO.
Yeah, and I think it was a good map for that as well for herO because
Right.
Abyssal can be a little bit tough against Terran. There's a lot of different pieces of terrain that they can abuse there. You know, like if they siege up your natural or just use Liberator pushes on some of these small hallways, it can get tough for Protoss. So definitely a good map to open up on if you want to do a cheese to open the series, which is very oftentimes something top players do.
So we've got the Stargate here. Now let's not forget, in the last game, it was a Stargate that was made and then it was canceled. I don't necessarily think it's going to happen this time. In fact, I'd be surprised if he canceled it, did anything similar to the last game, but just keep in mind that for Major, if he scouts it, he hasn't done that just yet. It's not changing what the initial opening of Game 2 is compared to Game 1. And he actually killed off that Reaper, which is pretty good as well.
Yeah, that actually kind of hurts because he was kind of setting up to continually use that Reaper by making this eBay. You kind of force Adepts to be working on it because it does delay mining quite a bit. And he's even going for that reactored Hellions that I was talking about a little bit before. If you go for the eBay with 1 or 2 Hellions and you have a Reaper out, it's hard for Protoss to like eliminate the eBay with good time and defend all the probes against this. But without that Reaper, it makes it a lot harder.
So that Ebo,
Ebo!
That's what we should start calling
He licked his Ebo with his tongue.
This eBay here, it has to be destroyed so that he can get a proper, clean mining from his. I don't know what.
Ebo.
I'm not going to lie. I'm still like a little bit sick. I'm not as sick as I was. Well, you heard me on the phone. I was dying like a few days ago. But
yeah, right.
He
just called me from the beach. He was like, "Dude, I am not coming in today."
Yeah, man. I'm like, I'm having way too much fun. I called you from a casino. I'm like, dude, I'm up too much right now. I can't stop now. The Hellions are coming in now. Now the Oracle has come back here to defend. It does take out that 1 Hellion there. He's trying to loop it around, and it does take out that 1 last probe. So that's 7 kills. Meanwhile, the Adepts here, not really anything to defend. The Viking hasn't been landed, although it wouldn't be that handy against it. These Adepts, that is.
Yeah, so that was really good. 7 probes is a fantastic opening. The fact that the Oracle had to go back takes away part of the window where you might see the Oracle do some damage.
Yeah, normally the Oracle is supposed to really lead with the momentum in the worker kills here. Now he's coming in again here. He may end up shading right on top of where that Widow Mine is. And he does. That 1 Adept is taken out. The Oracle and Phoenix are now looping around. The Vikings done a very good job here for Major, zoning back this Oracle and Phoenix.
Yeah, this has been some really, really nice defense so far here from SpeCIal. So keeping that all back, not really taking any damage. Exactly where he wants to be at the moment.
Okay, Depot continuing to come down here. Major has not missed a beat. It's the 2 Phoenixes now in the Oracle rotating around the bases here, and Major continuing to move his Marines into position so they can intercept that before they can really get too much damage done.
And 3 Phoenixes flying with that Oracle. He just has to continue to poke and prod here, keep track of what units are coming out, how many he's making. Is he going to go for their command center or anything like that? These are all important things right now for him to look at because he did take quite a greedy 3rd base. Of course, he will most likely be going into Glaives, and there it is. So Phoenix Adept.
Damn, you're good.
Ooh.
Damn.
I was like, that Twilight, is he going to go charge really fast? I don't know. You know what? I'll just go with Glaives. Wow, I'm so smart.
He's rolling dice to have different upgrades on him. He's going for Zerg Carapace. And they're like, oh, no. I shouldn't have used my 20-sided caster die.
It ignores the race.
Yeah. So one of the reasons why Protoss can actually take a 3rd base while they do this is because...
Going for Raven energy in the Twilight Council.
With the Phoenixes and the Oracle moving around here, there's not many openings for Terran to try to leave just yet. So the Protoss can basically expand safely, and then a bunch of gateways get set up. So when the Terran does meet out, if the Protoss handles it right, and I'm fairly certain that herO will, he'll basically be able to deny the Terran's push. But you got to be careful because sometimes Terran players, and Major's one of them, can control really well.
Yeah. And look, if he keeps these over here and Major can sneak out a medevac with a couple mines, which he really likes to do pretty early on against this type of strategy, that's something that could end up paying off very well for him. You know, if all the detections over here in the form of the Oracle, all the anti-mine really.
Yeah, it's a very good point. We have the shields getting done now, combat shields for the Terran. The Phoenixes are continuing to build up. And by the way, you have this many Phoenixes together with this, it's kind of a tell as to what exactly Protoss is doing. There's not there's not a mystery to like what's happening back at the Protoss base.
The only thing you can do with this many Phoenixes actually, well, Phoenix Colossus is an old build, no one uses it anymore, but Adept Phoenix is it.
Yeah.
And now here's that drop I was talking about, the double Widowmine drop. He does this basically all the time. Here he goes, dropping them off.
There's no detection yet. herO's not moved.
Oh, man.
Really good connection. Yeah. 5 kills there on the probes. He needs to get that Widowmine out of there, though, because that cannon's about to finish.
Yeah, I think he's just going to lose that one, but he's going to burrow here at the natural. Looks like herO will see it this time. And a nice little probe pull. So all the units should be going back. He still has the Oracle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So he can actually go ahead and tag that mine and get it out of there. Unless he doesn't.
This is how we build suspense, guys.
Oh my gosh, he just doesn't. He just flies across the map right now, so that's going to get another nice hit.
Is herO going to have the timing out where he splits his probes? What is herO doing? Hold on. No one talk. Okay, that happened.
Wow.
A lot more kills there.
Yeah, so
I don't even think...
So far, he's gotten 10 probes with those 2 mines.
Yeah, that's right. Like really 6 the first time and then 4 back there.
Yeah.
That was kind of a weird misplay by herO. Just to, like, not be ready at all. Or I guess to not send that back. It's like he forgot about it.
Yeah, it has to be, right? Because he split his probes, so something went wrong there.
Yeah, that's not going according to plan. Another Widowmine Broad over here. He needs to get that Oracle up there to tag that. Excuse me, no, he doesn't. There's a cannon right there. Saw that get pulled out of the ground. I'm like, how does he do that?
Oh my gosh!
I'm like, pause the game. Is he cheating?
Are Phoenix's detectors?
So the Phoenixes and Adepts are now moving out towards the base here of Major.
Yeah, this is a really large amount of Phoenixes right now. He cannot engage. His special has to get back. In fact, this was
he might be going on top of these mines. Hold up.
Oh my god.
He does it.
Oh my. This is definitely a battle that I foresee Major not doing too well in.
Yeah, bad positioning. He should not have been on the map like that. That was a very good opening there for Major. Major now trying to back up, look, it's actually over, I think.
Yeah.
He did not get the Liberator with the army in time, and this is a pretty 1-2 punch win here for herO.
Against this style of play, Adept Phoenix, you have to turtle really, really heavily.
Yeah. GG. Yeah, you cannot move out against Adept Phoenix for a while. You have to wait until you get a more and more sophisticated army. And we actually see a surprising number of Terrans, even in the GSL, just move out. That's like what the Protoss wants you to do.
Yeah, to be like... herO's the best at jumping upon you and killing you instantly with this build. If you watch, like, he does take somewhat greedy thirds. We were actually talking about this on the bunker a little bit with No Regret. And I was like, oh, I think this might be the thing. If he takes that quick third, sometimes he's a little bit weak. And he did take the quick third, but he was also out of position. He was too far forward with the Bioforce. You have to really heavily turtle against this style of play.
Coming up next, it's Armani versus Beyond, and we'll be going to that after this short break.